All right. Hello there. My name is Larry. Um, is Larry Stewart Zaborski. Today is November 11th, 2021. And we are going to be talking about the integumentary system, uh, which is basically your skin. Very important, largest organ in your body. So, components, let's get right into it. Components of the integumentary system. You have two main components. You have your cutaneous membrane. That is basically your skin. Uh, Largest part, you have your epidermis. That is the outermost layer of your cutaneous membrane. Some functions of your epidermis. It protects the dermis from trauma, chemicals, and such others. One more thing, controls the skin's permeability and prevents water loss. Next thing, it prevents entry of pathogens. Um, Basically saying that just prevents entry from anything. It prevents the outside world from coming in and the inside from coming out. It's a great thing. Another thing that it does is synthesizes vitamin D3, essential for our skin. Next thing that epidermis does very well, and one of its main functions, it houses our sensory receptors. It detects touch, pain, pressure, and temperature. The epidermal layer is divided into five sections. Little mnemonic that I like to remember is come, let's get sunburned. Starting off from the very top, you have your stratus corneum. It is the outermost kind of thick and rugged layer. It's essentially it's purposeful in that sense, where its main function is to protect us. Going down into the next layer, you have your stratus lucidum, and that is a clear layer where you're going to find it on your palms and the soles of your feet. Going down to the next one, you have your stratus granulosum. This is where the keratinocytes are housed, and this is where they create the keratin in your skin. Next one, you have your stratus spinosum. It's basically, the further down you go, you're going to start noticing you're going to have a lot of newer cells. And the newer cells are housed and created much on the deeper or the less on the deeper layers of the skin, and they go outwards and try to this is how your skin kind of regenerates its cells. It's how it's created on the lower levels, and then it's pushed up into the outer levels. After the spinosum, you have your lowest level of the epidermis, which is your stratus basale. Basale, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but basale is the way I like to pronounce it. That is where it's a single layer of columnar cells where all the new cell production happens, or for the most part, it's where it happens. And like I said, it's being pushed outwards from the deepest layer. Next part of your cutaneous, you have your dermis. Your dermis is comprised of collagen and nerve fibers, and this is where you're going to find your collagen and elastic fibers. I'm sorry. And this is where you're going to find your nerve fibers and your blood vessels. So the dermis is separated into two layers. You will find the upper papillary layer, and is a superficial layer which consists of connective tissue, capillaries, and axons of your neurons. And the name actually comes from a dermal papillae that projects between the epidermal ridges. Lower layer of your dermis you will find your reticular layer. That consists of fibers and a mesh kind of a system where it's a bunch of dense, irregular connective tissue. And this is where it surrounds the blood vessels, the hair follicles, your nerves, sweat glands, and your sebaceous glands. Right under that, you're going to have your hypodermis layer. And the hypodermis layer, some people don't actually consider it a part of the skin. It is. It's simply put, it's just a bunch of adipose connective tissue or fat. And its main function is for insulation, energy storage, and shock absorption. Fat is very good at doing that. Your other main component of your integumentary system is your accessory structures. That is comprised of three main components. You're going to have your hair follicles, your exocrine glands, and your nails. Each of them have their own specific functions. Nails, hair follicles, they both excel in protection. Your exocrine glands are going to specialize in thermoregulation, waste excretion, and your epidermis lubrication. So that is kind of the main functions and components of the integumentary system, the components of each, the epidermis layer, the dermis layer, and the hypodermis layer. Me personally, I'm gonna be going into physician assistant as a profession, and you are gonna be needing to know the anatomy of the skin very well. There's a lot of clinical applications. Burn victims. I'm also an EMT. Rule of nines. You're gonna have to know the percentage of skin that's gonna be burned, first, second degree, first, second, and third degree. Some won't feel pain because you already burned off the nerve fibers. You have to know the anatomy of the skin for that. Simply put, tattoos, infection. Proper tattoos have to cross the epidermis layer. That is why they bleed. You're getting to the blood vessels, and they are effective once they cross into that. Once they pass that epidermis layer, because that's how they last forever. They have to cross that epidermis layer. Um, that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed into my video of the integumentary system. Thank you for watching.